First of all, I would like to congratulate each and every one of you who will be going to Hajj this year. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take you safe, get you there safe, and may all your a'mal, Hajj or ziyarah, dua, may Allah accept each and every one of them, inshallah. And may you come back like a new person, newborn, as our prophet promised, says, Man hajja, whoever goes to Hajj, walam yarfuth, and didn't play, walam yafsuq, and didn't do anything that is outside the ordinary, something that is forbidden. He says, Raja'a kayawmin waladathu ummu. He or she returns as the day his mother or her mother gave birth to him or her. That is how Hajj can purify a person when we do what we're supposed to do. That is number one. Now, with that said, I'm going to jump into what we need to do. There are other things that are related to Hajj, but I don't think it applies to any one of you. And that is other part of the Hajj. Okay, other part of the Hajj does not apply to you. So in terms of Hajj al-Ifrad, Hajj al-Qiran, they're there, but it's not for you. So you don't have to worry about it. Now, for us who are coming from United States, according to the fiqh of Ja'fari, your only Hajj that you have to do is what is on the screen there, saying what is Umratu Tamattu. Umratu at-Tamattu. And that is your obligation and only obligation. Now, as you see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلِلَّهِ عَلَى النَّاسِ حِجُّ الْبَيْتِ مَنِ اسْتَطَاعَ إِلَيْهِ سَبِيلًا. Now, what that means, it is the duty of all mankind to come to the house of Allah as a pilgrim, if it is able to make his way there, for those who can afford it. Now, there are many conditions. In fact, I don't want to go into that because I know, inshallah, that doesn't, it's not something you should worry about it. In terms of, number one, al-bulugh, the person before Hajj becomes wajib, you have to be baligh. Number two, you also have to earn halal income, which we're going to spend from home to Hajj, Hajj back. Number three, let's say also one have to be sane, a person who is mental challenge. Hajj is not wajib. Number four, also the person has to have a means, meaning the transportation. And the one going to fly from here to Mecca and perform the rituals that's supposed to be done. Number six, enough time. Okay, I mean, when you get there, there is enough time to do all the rituals. Not that you get in there in the last minute where there's no time. Now, all of these are required. And then another thing, the person should not be slave to anybody. Because if a person is a slave to somebody, the master have to permit them to do it. So Islam says, I don't want to trouble you as a slave. So that is also some few conditions out there. But that's not applicable to all of you. So the first and most important is to know that your Hajj is called Hajj Tamattu. Good. Now, this Hajj Tamattu, it consists of two parts. One is called Umratul Tamattu, which you have to do the moment you enter Mecca. And again, if you are Haji and you enter Mecca, you cannot stay in Mecca without doing Umrah, what do you call it? Umrah, okay, which is Umrah Tamattu, which means for all of you, when you get to Mecca, the first priority is to make your Umrah. Okay, that's the first part of your Hajj, and it's part of Hajj. Now, I'll call it like this. I put it this way. It's like when you go to a restaurant, there is appetizer and then there's a real food, right? Now, consider your Umrah as appetizer. Okay, that's to warm yourself up before the actual Hajj comes in. Okay, So that is what we call Hajj Tamattu. So first is you have to do what we call Umrah Tamattu, and then after that, Hajj Tamattu comes in. Okay, Hajj Tamattu. So remember, Hajj Tamattu always have to do Umrah Tamattu and then Hajj Tamattu. Good. Now, what is Umrah Tamattu? Now remember, it's very important because if you keep the numbers together, then it's easy to follow and do exactly what you need to do. Umrah, you just need 5 things. Umrah cannot be complete unless 5 things is done. If you do Umrah and you only do 4 things, then something is wrong. If you do Umrah and you calculated 6 things you did, then something is wrong. Something added, which is not supposed to. But if you do these 5 things, then your Umrah is absolutely correct. Okay? Now, and this Umrah can be done anytime from 1st Shawwal to the 8th of the Hajj. Okay? What is the 1st Shawwal? The first day of Eid after Ramadan. From the first day of Eid, you can do your Umrah if you are there. Start your Umrah from the and then wait till when? Till the 9th of the Hajj. Good. But if you're not there, like us, okay, you live far away, you want to go to Hajj, you can do it anyway before until the 8th of Zul Hajj. Anytime after Shawwal till the 8th of Zul Hajj. You have time to do your Umrah. Because on the 9th of Dhul Hajj, you cannot do your Umrah after us because the Umrah time is over. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, I want to start my Umrah Tamattu. Where do I start? The first and the foremost is Ihram. Ihram is the first thing you have to do. Now, where do you do the Ihram? Miqat. Okay? Meaning you cannot just wear ihram anywhere you want. No. You have to be at the miqat. Okay? And the mawaqit have different places. And I mentioned, like, for example, depending on where you come from, to enter Mecca, every location, the early entrance to Mecca has a place of miqat. Okay? Now, preferable from the Medina. So we mentioned in the Jummah khutbah, because that's how Rasulullah did. Now, but not all of us can have that opportunity, especially when you go to with a group or some logistic doesn't allow you to go to Medina first. You have to go to Mecca first. You don't have a choice. Now, whatever the case is, before you enter Mecca, you have to go through the miqat. Okay? Now, I go to the miqat. What do I do at the miqat? At the miqat, you becoming muhrim. Muhrim means what? The person who wears ihram. Okay, muhrim means wearing ihram. Good. What is the ihram? Ihram is divided into 2. For male is different and the female is different. Now, for the sisters, you can wear anything you want. Anything, any color doesn't matter. And I just want to say this. Those who say Islam doesn't favor a woman, they should hear this. All right? A woman is allowed to wear anything she wants to wear. The color doesn't matter. Right? The look doesn't matter. Whatever she wants to wear, Islam says you have to. You're fine. Right? But a man, nope, you cannot wear whatever you want. And men, I want to make sure that we are clear here. Your ihram, you have to wear only ihram, nothing underneath. I'm going to be clear because sometimes some people say, no, I can't go without under. No, you cannot wear anything under. It has to be that 2 pieces of cloth. That's it. Okay? One, you wrap it on your waist. Now, I didn't have my here to display, but let me see if I can display with my abba here how it works. Now, let's say this is your ihram, the 1 piece, right? Good. What you do, you wrap it with your waist like this. Okay? Now, you have to let this side, right side, be a little taller, longer side, right? See, longer, and this left side shorter. Good. So what you do, you wrap the left first, like this, okay? And then the right comes above this and goes even beyond, okay? And go beyond. And what do? Then you wrap from there. You can start wrapping like this, folding it, okay? And you see, it stays, and you're done. That's one way to do it. Good. The second way to do it is that after you wrap it like this, you do like this, okay? There's a belt, and you can buy the belt in the, what do you call it, miqat. You put the belt on your shoulder and the waist, okay? And then it holds this, and then you can cover the belt like this, and then you're good. All right? That's the first part for the men. Good. Then the second part, what do? Also, the second part, you put it on your shoulder like this, like you wrap it, like the way we do abaya. Again, this right side have to go a little longer, right? And then you wrap it on your shoulder like this. All right? But you have to do it in a way that you're flexible, where you can move your arms around. All right? And that is your ihram. One, and from the waist down, one on your shoulder, down. Then you got your ihram. Okay? So that is how you have to. Now you can leave some people on one left shoulder open so they can just, move around. That's fine. If you want to, you can come all the way up. All right? And then wrap it this way. And you're good. Now that is ihram. Good. Now, this ihram has to be done at the miqat. Okay? And we mentioned before that at the miqat, when you are there, before your ihram, it's recommended, okay, you must be on anything unsewn cannot be worn. Anything. Cannot wear singlet or the inside shirt, small shirt, inside for men. Nope. No underwear, nothing. Only the 2 pieces of cloth. That's it. Okay? Because some people come and say, oh, I went there. I didn't know that I had my, inside shirt. No, you cannot. Nothing. Just the 2 pieces of cloth. That's it. Okay? Now, at the miqat, men will wear their ihram, whilst women will wear normally have worn their own and whatever they have, and they adjust. That's it. They wear anything they want to. Now, then after that, you recite 2 rak'ah, mustahab salat for ihram. And the niyyah, this is called salat lubsul ihram, qurbatan ila Allah ta'ala. I'm going to repeat again. Salat lubsul ihram, mustahab. You can say mustahab. You can say just qurbatan ila Allah. That's fine. That's what you do. Now, when you do this niyyah, okay, then you do the 2 rak'ah prayer. Okay? After the 2 rak'ah prayer, then you make your niyyah. Okay? After making an intention of ihram, then this is what you say. What do you make? What is the intention? You will say the niyyah for wearing ihram. But here's one thing. Before your niyyah, for both brothers and sisters, for brothers, before your niyyah, because you already have your ihram on top, right? Let's say this is my ihram. It's already this way. Now, for niyyah, it's recommended to open it this way. Open it a little bit, all right? Then you make your niyyah, all right? Nawaitu lubsu al-ihram لعمرة التمتع, all right? Wajib qurbatan ila Allah ta'ala. Then you put your ihram this way. You made it, you take it back. All right? Now, this is you now making, practically wearing your ihram this way. That's it. Now, your ihram is worn. Now, this for men. For sisters, what do? They can just play with their hijab, try to fix it like this, okay? And the niyyah is what I'm trying to wear my ihram now. Good. Then you make your niyyah. نويت لبس الإحرام لعمرة التمتع حجة الإسلام قربة إلى الله, or wajib قربة إلى الله تعالى. Right? Now, the moment you say this, then you start your talbiyah. لبيك اللهم لك لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك. Now, you can read it from the book, that's fine. If you have a book or something that you wrote on, you can say it after that. You can say it right after you wear your ihram. And what does it mean? It says, here I am, O Allah. Here I am, here I am. There is no partner to you. Here I am. Indeed, the praise and the bounties belongs to you. Yours is the severity. There is no partner to you. Here I am. That's the meaning of what you call the talbiyah. Now, this is the wajib part. But after you finish your talbiyah, then it's still mustahab to continue doing it while you're in the car. Because after you finish this, you move into the car. And while moving from the masjid to the car, it's mustahab to continue doing it. لبيك اللهم لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك لبيك اللهم لك لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك. Then you continue doing that as much as you can. As much as you can. Now, when you get tired, you can stop, rest, and then continue. Okay? And then you don't have to also say it out loud. You can say it also in your heart, and that is fine. Okay? Now, after you wear your ihram, then now there are almost 24, 25 things becomes haram. That's what's called ihram. Okay, I don't want to go to the details why for men it's you have to wear white and all of that. There's a lot of details on that. But the moment you make that you put your ihram, you say the talbiyah, almost 25 things becomes haram. You can no longer do them. And if you do any one of them, there is kafara. There is kafara for anyone if it happened. Okay, and it's very important to know them. What are those 25 things that becomes haram on any person who happen to be in the state of ihram? Okay, number one, using any type of fragrance is haram. For example, using perfume, cologne, all right, using lotion, it's not allowed. You cannot, it's haram. At that stage, you're not allowed to apply that. All right, that is number one. Number two, not only you are not allowed to wearing cologne fragrance, okay, and also you are not allowed to also putting on things like sorma or makeup or anything like including eye makeup. You cannot. This is only for the sisters. Okay, like, oh, let me try to make sure that I look good. None of that. Becomes haram to use any makeup during the state of ihram. That is number two. Number three, looking yourself into mirror. Okay, I want to look at myself. How do I look? Do I look good? Do I look this? None of that. It's haram while in the state of ihram. Okay, that's number three. Number four, also cutting nails is forbidden, both men and female. Okay, why? Because you're gonna need those things later on, so save it for later. You're gonna cut at the right time, but now the moment you're ihram, all of that is not allowed. Okay, cutting nails or hair is not allowed. Now, then also number 5, giving or taking of blood from your body. Somebody to give you blood while you're in the haram, it's not allowed. You giving somebody else the blood, it's not allowed in. Now, but what about if I become sick? That's different. We're talking about normal situation, right? Somebody sick at that time, they need blood. Can I give blood? No, you cannot. Now, what if I give? Yes, you can give, but then you have to pay kafara. Okay? But that is number 5. Number 6, okay, is plucking or removing hair from your body. To pluck hair. Let's say, for example, there's a hair somewhere for man, beard, for example, or your hair to pluck, to pluck something. No, it's not allowed. And basically, like, your body is not yours at that point. Can't do any of that. Okay, that's number 6. Number 7, it says, okay, removing the tooth. You know, say, okay, I need this tooth to be removed. For example, my, wisdom teeth, for example, or any other tooth, for example, for that matter, it's not allowed. Cannot remove anything. If anything to be removed, like it tastes like tooth, you have to wait until you're done your Hajj. Okay, so that is also forbidden. That is number 7. Number 8, killing lice or a similar living thing that lives on the human body. Anything that can live on your body at that time is haram to kill. It's haram. You kill, there's kafara for it. You know why? Because Allah has made Mecca secure place for everything. Everything is secure in Mecca, including those animals. Right? Even the teeth. Somebody stole something. They were trying to arrest him. He ran to Mecca. We cannot arrest him in Mecca. You have to wait. All right? What our fuqaha, alayhim ridwanullah alayhim, they say what you can do, you can, for example, not feed him, okay, get him thirsty by not giving him water. Then if he leaves outside, then we can. But once he's in there, no, he's secure. Secure by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So animals also are secure in that region. Okay, so you cannot kill them. Now, there are different techniques. For example, mosquito comes, you can blow them, provided that you don't blow so hard that they're gonna die. If you blow so hard that they die, it will be considered killing, and there's kafara into that. Okay, but if you just slowly so they can leave, that's fine. Okay, but killing them is not allowed. It's prohibited. Okay, now another one, which is number 9, use of jewelry, okay, or cosmetics and things of show off. It's not allowed. Anything that is known to be shown off, one should not wear. Now, what happened to, for example, even for men, if you have a ring that it's not religious, it's just maybe to show up, like, I have this expensive ring, you cannot wear them during the time of Ihram. Right? Now, even these rings that we have it, I would recommend to just take them off, all of them. Now, because it's not haram if it's, for religious reason, like aqiq, like fayruza, it's not haram to wear them, but just to be, free from any of these things, one can take them off and be free from all of them. So that way, you don't get doubt of maybe is it for dunya, is it for Allah, what is it? You don't have it. It's better. Okay, so any form of these things should not be worn. That's number 9. And as for the women, also for women, you can wear it, but as long as it's not visible. Okay, so you wear it, but you can put it inside your dress where it doesn't show people to see that, oh, you have something outside. That is also possible, but again, preferable, just get rid of them during the time of Ihram. Have place that's secure, keep them, and don't worry about it. And get back to them after you finish your Hajj. That is what I will advise, and that's what I will do. Good. Number 11, they said also, like, telling lies is haram, or using abusive language is haram during the time of Ihram. To lie to someone about anything, smallest thing, is haram. Now, lying is haram anyway, right? But during the time of Ihram, it becomes more important. So what that means, when we are in Hajj, we have to be very careful with our tongue. We have to be very careful what we say in the state of Hajj and during the time of Hajj. It's very important. Now, I can say many things, but the best thing to say is to be busy with dhikrullah. That's the best thing to do. Every time. Subhanallah, astaghfirullah, la ilaha illallah, hawla wala. This dhikr as much as you can. So that way you prevent yourself from any of these things, lying, backbiting, okay? Or not only that, also to avoid things like what? Abusive language, okay? And again, I remind myself and all of you that while you're there, people will get on your nerve. Trust me, people will absolutely get your nerve. Now, some of them, it's not intentional. Some of them intentionally, it will happen, right? But be patient. Be patient, all right? Try to hold yourself together. No matter what happened, don't be abusive in your words, and don't also use the vulgar words, like indecent word that we may use in America, right? That is normal in America, but over there, to respect what you're wearing, respect the city that you're in, and respect what you're doing. So all of these, put them in together and don't do anything such. That is number 11. Number 12, swearing forbidden. Anything comes up, wallah, you cannot. Billah, no, you cannot. Okay, while in the state of haram, swearing by the name of Allah should not. Okay, that is also one of the muharramat, no swearing. Number 13, hunting. And I know many of us are not hunters, so these are things are there, but just to know them is good, but it doesn't apply to us, But if a person sees an animal and you want to hunt them, nope, it's haram while you're in the state of ihram. That is number 13. Number 14, cutting grass, flowers, or tree from near the holy mosque or Masjid al-Haram. Any form of tree or leaves or plant is forbidden. Grass that can I just plug one, cut one? No, you cannot. So when you're there after ihram, you have to be very careful. Now, you don't have to worry about it that much because Saudi Arabia is not that greenish place because it's a desert. That they try to put a lot of trees and flowers here and there, but not as much as like everywhere where you go to be something troublesome that you will be worried about it. No, but just keep in mind that grass, all right, plant, trees should not be cut under no circumstance while you're in the state of ihram. And that is number 14. Number 15, carrying or keeping an arm, a weapon, okay, gun or knife, sword. No, you cannot. While in the state of ihram, you shouldn't carry anything, weapon that can be used to fight because you're in the secure city of Allah. You're secured, so what do you need a weapon? Allah is your weapon. Allah is your in the defense, and that's the best defender. Good. So that is also something to keep in mind. Now, number 16, reciting or doing a nikah. Okay, somebody can say, "Hey, I find a wife. I want you to read our nikah." While you in the state of haram, no, you cannot read nikah at that time. Reading, performing nikah is haram. Good. Oh no, I in the state of haram, I found a so good sister. I want to marry her. Okay. Don't wait until Hajj is over, then you go ahead and get married. But not while you're in the state of ihram. While you're in muhram, it's haram to do such thing called getting married or marrying someone. Now, the next one, which is number 17, is called masturbation, istimna. Want to play them with themselves to cause the semen to come out of their body. It's haram in Islam. That act itself is haram. Now, in Hajj, one of the muharramat too. Cannot do that. That is number 17. Number 18, I went there with my wife. I want to get together with my wife and do sunnah of the Prophet. No, you cannot. All right. Any type of intercourse between husband and wife while you're in the state of ihram is haram, which means at that time, a husband and wife are haram on each other. Okay. So we have to keep this in mind while we are there with our spouse. That is something that we cannot do while we're in the state of ihram. Now, talking, of course, we can talk. We can walk together, right? We can do this together, but none of these things that we're talking about, sexual intercourse. Now, number 19, or kissing for that matter. It's haram. You cannot kiss your wife while you're in the state of ihram. That is also one of the forbidden things. Kissing or any sexual satisfaction is haram and forbidden during the time of ihram. Now, number 20, seeing or touching anyone sexually. To touch someone with the affection while you are in the state of ihram. It's haram. Even your own wife, you are not allowed to do that. And that is part of the muharramat as well. Number 21, which is for men. This is only for men. Covering the head is forbidden. A man, while you are in the Hajj, you are not allowed to cover your head. Now, women, they have hijab. That's fine. That's must. That's not for men. For women. For men, for them, wearing kufi, no. Wearing imama, turban, no. Wearing my hat that I normally wear, no. You have to leave everything out while you are in the state of haram. But women, it's must. Hijab is wajib, so they must cover their head while they are in the state of ihram. But this is for men, right? Covering the heads is forbidden. No cap, headscarf, umbrella, cloth, towel, part of the ihram to be used to cover. Nope, you cannot do any of that. That is for men. Now, 22, also for men, wearing or stitched clothes is forbidden. This also for men. Women, no. Women can wear stitched clothes, their buyer, their mentor, fine. But men, anything that is stitched, all right? Like, let's say your inside shirt, okay, your under, all of this, no, cannot wear any of that, okay? That is number 22. Number 23, also for men, to sit and stand under a veil or shadow or travel in a covered vehicle, okay? You cannot stand under something that is shadow or in the car at that time. You can't. Now, what do we do? Now, I'll tell you what you do. Now, for us, when we go there, okay, from Miqat to Mecca, what do we do? Good. What you do is this. Number one, this rule apply only during the daytime. Okay, so now, what that means, if you travel during the night, then you can be in the vehicle, covered up, that's fine. No big deal. That's one option. Option number two, I want to travel during the day. Good. Now what do? You find a car that is not covered up, and then you travel in that car. But if you choose to travel with the car during the daytime, there's kafara for it. Okay. However, another trick also to have a car like a pickup. You know, you have this pickup that the back is open. You can jump in the back, sit there, and it's open, and you can take you to Mecca, and you don't have to worry about it. So these are few options. So for that matter, covering the head or sitting to sit or stand under a veil of shadow or to travel under covered vehicle, car or bus is forbidden. Okay, but as per Ayatollah Sayyid al-Khamenei or Sayyid al-Sistani, what did they say? Traveling in a covered vehicle at night only, okay, but not during the day. As per Ayatollah Sayyid Sistani also, men may travel in a covered vehicle at night only, provided it's not raining. If it's raining, they give an excuse. You know, you can. Okay, that's different. That's different circumstances. But Saudi doesn't see rain that much. Very rare it happens. It's a miracle if it rains there. So it's chances are very slim to find the rain to be a reason to get in the car. But if you travel at night, you're safe. And otherwise, you have to pay something, you know, as kafara. That is another thing at that point. Now, another one, also one of the forbidden things is for for men also, covering the upper part of one's feet. Okay, meaning you have to be very careful what you wear while you're in the state of ihram, for men especially. Meaning you cannot wear shoes. You cannot wear even, let's say, some, you know, this footwear that people wear and is covering the upper foot. Now, the best that I recommend is flip-flop. Okay, for men, flip-flop is your best choice. Okay, now if you get someone that people use mostly for the bathrooms, the app has to be open. Okay, so the best is just get flip-flop here. Okay, do you go there? You don't have to worry about it. Or you can buy it there. They have flip-flops there too at the Miqat. You can buy there, but you shouldn't wear some footwear that covers your upper part of your foot. That is forbidden as well. Now, it says for men, covering upper part of the one's feet is forbidden during the time of Ihram, and no socks, shoes, okay, or slippers covering upper part of the feet, okay, you're not, unless he says if it covers, like some part of it, that is fine. But if it covers the whole upper part of the feet, it's not. Now, 25 is for women, covering face is not permissible while in the state of Ihram. For women, when you're in the state of Ihram, men who wear niqab, covering their face, you cannot do that. You have to leave your face open during that time. Okay? Covering the face is not permissible while in Ihram. It is haram for women to cover their face while in the state of Ihram. Now, these are the muharramat of Ihram. While you're in the state of Ihram, these are the things we cannot do. So I hope this is very clear. So that's number one. As soon as you wear Ihram, that's what needs to be done. Good. Now, then the second thing you need to do while you get to an Ihram and you get to Mecca is, the first thing you do is to go to Masjid al-Haram. Okay? Masjid al-Haram, as we enter Masjid al-Haram to do our Umrah al-Tamattu, as we mentioned, there are a few things you have to do. Okay? But here, there are a few things that is on this page that needs to be drawn our attention. Number one, niyyah for tawaf. When you enter the Masjid al-Haram, the first thing, you see the Makkah Kaaba, you stand there, you make your dua. Now you can make your way all the way to the Kaaba if it's not crowded, to kiss it, and then make your niyyah for tawaf. Okay, make your niyyah. Now what is the niyyah? I am performing tawaf of Kaaba in 7 rounds for Umrah al-Tamattu, Hajj al-Tamattu, Hajjat al-Islam, Wajib Qurbatan ila Allah. That's the niyyah. I'm performing tawaf of the Kaaba. Now 7 rounds, or Sabat Ashwat, called. You can say it if you want to, but otherwise you can say I'm performing tawaf for Umrah al-Tamattu, Hajjat al-Islam, Wajib Qurbatan ila Allah Ta'ala, and that will be sufficient. Okay? Now, there are 8 wajibs of tawaf. Now, while you're in the state of tawaf, there are 8 things you have to keep in mind. Okay? Which is the second thing you do in Umrah. First, you wear Haram. 2, you do tawaf in Masjid al-Haram. Number 1 of the things that you have to do, the tawaf should start from Hajarul Aswad. Okay? Hajarul Aswad, the black stone. Good. Now, what you do when you enter, before you start, they make it easy, inshallah. There's a green light will be on your right side, right shoulder side. Hajar al-Aswad will be on your left. Now, when you get there, that's where you start. Now, if you start anywhere else, doesn't count. You have to start from that Hajar al-Aswad. That's one thing to know about tawaf. Good. Number 2, it should end at Hajar al-Aswad. Meaning what? You start from Hajar al-Aswad, you end at the Hajar al-Aswad. Meaning, when you start at the Hajar al-Aswad, you say Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, and then you start moving. You go around the Kaaba, you come exactly where you start. That is number 1. So you started there, you end there, and that's considered first round. Good. Then you say Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, then you start the second one. You go and you come, you end the same place, that's 2. Then you go again, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you're done with what? With tawaf. Okay? Now, during the time of going around the Kaaba, you can read any dua that you want. Okay? You can do dhikr, you can read Quran, you can read dua al-faraj, you can read dua, any dua that you want. But there are certain specific dua our imams have taught us this is recommended to read in each tawaf. If you get that book and you can read it, that's fine. That's good. So that is number 2. Number 3, the Kaaba should always be on the left-hand side, like we just mentioned, right? When you stand, the Kaaba should be on this side, your left. Kaaba should be this side, and then the green light will be on the right side this way. Okay, that's number 2. Number 4, Hijr Ismail should be included in the tawaf. Okay? Meaning what? When you do the tawaf, you shouldn't be between Kaaba and the Hajar al-Ismail. No. Hajar al-Ismail should be outside. For example, this is the Kaaba here. This is the Kaaba. Hajar Ismail is here. Your tawaf should be around this side, outside this, not within this and the Kaaba. Okay, so that is one of the condition. It says number 4, Hajar Ismail should be included in tawaf. Number 5, the tawaf should be around a shadran. Okay, a shadran. Okay, which is 3/4 arm length from the bottom line. Yes, you know what you do it. The tawaf should be around it. Okay, not outside of it. That is number 5. Number 6, there should be a total of 7 rounds. You cannot do more or less. Okay, it has to be only 7. But one thing you have to know also, now if you started the tawaf, you have to do it while you have tahara. You have to be in the state of wudu. Okay, so before you enter Masjid al-Haram, you have to have wudu. When you're doing the tawaf, you have to be at the state of wudu. Now, what happens if my wudu becomes void? Good. Here, what they said is that if you have done the tawaf 1, 2, 3, 4, and now you start on 5, and your wudu becomes batil, then you only make your wudu, you continue from where you start. 5, 6, 7, and you're done. Now, but if you start number 4, the 1 tawaf, the 2, and then your wudu broke, when you come back, you start from 1. Okay, so that is something also to keep in mind. When you are doing tawaf, you have to be in the state of wudu, because right after the tawaf, you're going to need the wudu to do the salat tawaf behind Maqam Ibrahim. Right? So that's why tawaf must be also in the state of wudu during that time. So it says, number 7, they should be done consecutively in the sequence without long gaps. It's called tertib or muwalat. You have to do it together. Meaning, I cannot do one tawaf and then go sit down for 2 hours and then come back and do another one and then go read Quran for 3 hours. No, it has to be done together, one after the other. Okay, and that is number 7. Number 8, it says the movement around the Kaaba should be your own, not be pushed. Now, this is in case a person is healthy. All right, I can do it myself. But can I hire somebody? No, you have to do it yourself. Now, if somebody's sick or at an older age, they cannot do it, then that's fine. Somebody can push them, that's fine. And that's it because they're sick. They cannot do it themselves. But if you can, you have to do it yourself. And that is the second thing of Umrah al-Tamattu. Number 3, after you finish, is what? 2 salat. It's called recite 2 salat as near as possible to Maqam Ibrahim. And it has to be behind Maqam Ibrahim. Behind, not next to it, not in front of it, behind. Meaning what? Let's say this Maqam Ibrahim, right? I cannot pray here next to it, or this side, or this side. It has to be anywhere behind. And you can go as far as you want, as long as it's behind. Okay? For example, this Maqam Ibrahim, I can pray all the way this side, as far as I can go. Or that side, as far as I can go. Or this side, as far as I can go. Because I'm still behind Maqam Ibrahim. But it has to be behind Maqam Ibrahim. Now, after that, the niyyah, I pray 2 rak'ah salat for tawaf of Umrah al-Tamattu. Hajj al-Tamattu, Hajj al-Islam, wajib qurbatan ila Allah. Okay, that is the tawaf, and that is number 3 of what you do in the Umrah. Now, don't forget, the first one, wear al-Haram. 2 is what? Coming to do tawaf. 3 is doing 2 rak'ah prayer behind Maqam Ibrahim. Now, number 4 is called a sa'i. Okay, a sa'i is the walking between the hills of Safa and Marwa 7 times, beginning from the Safa. Okay, and this is a very holy places. Allah mentioned about it in the Quran. Inna Safa wal Marwata min sha'airillah. فمن حج البيت أو اعتمر فلا جناح عليه أن يطوف بهما. Okay, Allah talks about it as a holy place. Now, when we go to Sa'i, it's recommended to stand there for a few minutes on that hill. Just reflect, make your dua, and then make your niyyah, and then proceed from Safa, right? And then walk all the way to Marwa. Then from Marwa, You come if you go from Safa to Marwa, that's one. Then from Marwa, you come back to Safa, that's two. Then again, three. Then again, four. Then you come back, five. And then you come back, six. And then you go at the end at the Safa. So you start at the Marwa. You start from Safa, you have to end at Marwa. Okay? So it says here, Niyyah of Sa'i, I walk between Safa and Marwa 7 times for Umrah to Tamattu, Hajj Tamattu or Hajj al-Islam, wajib qurbatan ila Allah Ta'ala. That is the niyyah one have to do. I walk between Safa and Marwa 7 times for Umrah to Tamattu, or you can say Hajj to Tamattu, Hajj al-Islam, wajib qurbatan ila Allah Ta'ala. All right. So then at Safa facing the Kaaba 7 times. Okay. You're going back and forth. And they say there is no God but Allah. La ilaha illallah. You can recite Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar as much as you can. Now, there is another thing, number 5, which is the last one in Umrah. It's called Taqsir. Taqsir means what? Cutting of hair or nails. Now, for women, it's not encouraged to cut hair. For sisters, it's always encouraged to cut nails because your hair is considered part of your beauty, and Islam doesn't want to destroy that beauty for your husband or for yourself, for your future husband, for that matter. Okay, so that is not recommended. But if you want to cut, that's fine. All right, but Islam does not encourage that. But for men, yes, you can cut them. You can cut nails too if you want to. All right, so that is called Taqsir. The niyyah of it is like I perform Taqsir. Taqsir means what? Al-halq or cutting hair. Taqsir means cutting hair. Or halq. It's the same thing, like to barbering. After Qurbani for Umrah al-Tamattu, Hajj al-Tamattu, Hajj al-Islam, wajib qurbatan ila Allah. Okay, so that is what we call Umrah. Now, if you're done with this, your Umrah is finished. Now you can go back and take care of your clothes and all of that. Take your own shower, do what you want to do. But when you finish with this, then still few things becomes halal after you cut your nails. Now, for example, looking into mirror, for example, or let's say, for example, looking into mirror will become halal. For example, let's say, let's say, for example, other things that we mentioned, except major ones, like what? Like getting married, like intercourse, that still stays haram until you perform what we call tawafun nisa. Then that becomes permissible. Other things is fine afterwards, right? Wearing your nice clothes, wearing your this, that's fine. But then you cannot do others until you do the tawafun nisa. So this is what we call umrah. What we just mentioned, that is the umrah. Good. Now, after you finish this, then you wait until the 9th of Dhul Hajj. The 9th of Dhul Hajj, that's where the real Hajj starts. That's the Hajj start. Now, you have done the first part, which you call it like, appetizer of Hajj. Now, the real part of Hajj start. The first one, we can call it introduction to the Hajj. This is now the Hajj start. Now, how does it start? I say on the 9th of Dhul Hajj, the day of Arafah is start. Okay? Hajj start with the Arafah. Now, and this will be on the 9th of Dhul Hajj. And then you will start with what we call al-wuquf. Al-wuquf means to stay. Where? At the mountain of Arafah or the hill of Arafah. And that is the first part of the Umrah. I'm sorry, Hajj. Okay, that's the first step in Hajj. Now, what do you do while there? And when does it start? Now, the actual wuquf bi Arafah starts at noon. Okay? Normally, they have a sound that they indicate that it's time for your, niyyah to start your wuquf bi Arafah. Okay? So you start with your niyyah. What do? You say, I remain in Arafah for midday till sunset. Because that's the duration of it. From the midday till the sunset. For Hajj al-Tamattu, Hajj al-Islam, wajib qurbatan ila Allah. Okay? That's your niyyah. I remain in Arafah from midday to sunset for Hajj al-Tamattu, Hajj al-Islam, wajib qurbatan ila Allah. Now, there are some things that are recommended here, which is recommended for the day of Arafah. It's recommended to recite each of the following 100 times. While you're there, it's recommended. Number 1, Ayatul Kursi. So recommend to recite how many? 100 times. Then what? Salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Also 100 times. Then Surah Al-Qadr. Inna anzalnahu fi laylatil qadr. That is also recommended. Then La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. Also is recommended 100 times. Then Surah Al-Ikhlas 100 times. It's a recommendation. But the one that also is highly recommended is Dua Yawm Arafah of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Dua Arafah of Imam Hussein is very, very important. Now, you don't have to read it in Arabic. You know, for those who might not understand Arabic, if you understand English better, please read it in English so you can comprehend and connect with the dua. No, I cannot understand English or Arabic. I prefer Urdu. Get the Urdu. All of these have a translation of it. Because the purpose of dua is not just to read dua for the sake of reading. It's to understand and comprehend and connect with Allah through those words. So if you're in the language that you understand and you're comfortable with, if you can find it, please grab it. Please read it. Please try to comprehend it so that you can reap the benefit from that dua. Now, another one that is recommended on the day of Arafah is dua of Yawm Arafah of Imam Zain al-Abidin. You have 2 duas from these 2 imams. One from Imam Hussein, one is from Imam Zain al-Abidin. Now, if you can read both, alhamdulillah, nurun ala nur. Now, I can't read both. I want to read one. Please do. Good. That is one of the recommendation to do on the day of Arafah. Now, another thing that you recommended Yom Arafah is to take advantage there and pour your heart to Allah. Every sin you know you ever committed and you are never able to ask Allah one-on-one, Yom Arafah is there. Now, I've seen some scholars even recommended that write everything that you have between you and Allah. And on the day of Arafah, tell Allah one by one. And inshallah, you will be forgiven. So that is what we do at the Arafah. Then when the sun sets, we leave Arafah. We go where? We travel to Muzdalifah. That is one name, and sometimes called Mash'ar al-Haram. Okay? It's sometimes Mash'ar, sometimes Muzdalifah. Both the same thing. It's one different names. Now, at Muzdalifah, what do you do? At Muzdalifah, the first thing when you get there is to make niyyah. Okay? And what do you say? Niyyah for traveling to Muzdalifah. I commence my journey for Muzdalifah in order to reside. Okay, because you're going to spend night there. To reside there for the night of 10th of Dhul Hajj for Hajjat al-Tamattu, Hajjat al-Islam, wajib qurbatan ila Allah. Now remember one thing. In Hajj and all of that, the niyyah is wajib. Everything is wajib. It's not musta'ab. Huh? It's wajib. From wearing ihram, wajib. From tawaf, wajib. From salat behind Maqam Ibrahim, wajib. Then we come to as-sa'i, wajib. Taksir, wajib. Okay? On the day of Arafah, wukuf, wajib qurbatan ila Allah. Right? Now you come to Muzdalifah, the same thing. You have to make sure that the wajib is known. Now, the night of Eid al-Adha, for people like us who are not in Hajj, okay? Now, Muzdalifah or Mash'ar al-Haram. What is the niyyah when you get there? It says, I am staying in Muzdalifah on the night of the 10th of the Hajj for Hajjat al-Islam, wajib qurbatan ila Allah ta'ala. Okay, you make it niyyah that I'm spending the night in the Mash'ar al-Haram, the entire night. Now, what do you do in Mash'ar al-Haram? Now, my dear brothers and sisters, one of the things that Quran tells us to do in there is the dhikr of Allah. فَإِذَا, and Quran said, فَإِذَا أَفَدْتُم مِّنْ عَرَفَاتٍ فَاذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ كَذِكْرُكُمْ آبَاءَكُمْ أَوْ أَشَدَّ ذِكْرًا. Allahu Akbar. Allah says when you leave Arafah, heading to Muzdalifah, Allah say, remember your Lord. Ya Allah, how should we remember him? Say, remember him as much as you remember your parents, your fathers. أو أشد ذكرى, or even much more than that. That is Allah telling you that that's what I expect from you. As my servant, when you are walking or you're in the bus heading to Muzdalifah, Subhanallah, Astaghfirullah, La ilaha illallah, Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. All this dhikr after dhikr after dhikr. And don't be taken by people, by influence, by gossiping, by vain talk. All of that has a time. لِكُلِّ مَكَانٍ مَقَالٍ. Every place have its own talk. Now, in this stage, it's the dhikr of Allah. That is what needs to be done. That's number one recommendation. Number two, also collect pebbles that you're going to use in Mina. Okay? As the fourth Imam, alayhi afdalus salatu wassalam, told Shibli, accumulating weapons to attack shaitan. Attack shaitan of your within. Your inside shaitan, not shaitan iblis. Okay? The nafsul ammara is the worst one. So, that's what you do there too. Okay? And it's recommended recitation. While you're there, it's recommended to recite dhikr as much as you can. Okay? Now, then you spend the night there at Muzdalifah with your dua, with your dhikr until the Fajr. Now, you pray Fajr there at Muzdalifah. Okay? And Muzdalifah is an open land. No even one room there. You only can sleep on your sleeping bags. Okay? If you want to, yes. If not, if you can stay all night with dhikr, it's even better. Good. But until the morning of the next day, which is the 10th of Dhul Hajj, after the sunrise, then you leave Muzdalifah. Now, what are you heading to? You're heading to Mina. وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا Mina. Good. Now, Mina, as you heard in there, what do? You have to make a niyyah too. Because remember, in Hajj, moving from one place to another, there's a niyyah. Staying at the place, there's a niyyah too. So you have to always remember two things, right? Now, I have to leave here to go to the next one. I have to make a niyyah. I'm leaving here to this. Good. I got there to stay there, to do what I'm supposed to do. There's a niyyah as well too. So now, I am about to leave Muzdalifah to Mina, right? I'm going to spend the 11th and the 12th night in Mina for Hajj al-Tamattu, Hajj al-Islam, qurbatan ila Allah. That's the niyyah of leaving Muzdalifah or Mash'ar al-Haram. Okay? After you pack your stones, you head towards what? Towards Mina. Now, then the niyyah for stoning shaitan. When you get to Mina, there are a few things you have to do. Now, in Mina, you have to know that you're going to spend there the night of 11 and 12. Please, you have to spend the night there in Mina. Good. Then he says, for stoning shaitan, when you go to Mina, the first thing you do, you go stone shaitan, the big one. Because you go there, there is a bigger shaitan, it's called Jamrat al-Aqabat al-Kubra. Then there is Wusta, and then there is Sughra. The first day, you start with the bigger one. Okay? Nafsul ammara to be su. Okay? So now what do you do? What do you say? I am going to stone the shaitan, the small, the medium. Okay? And then the big shaitan 7 times each. For Hajj al-Tamattu, Hajj al-Islam, wajib qurbatan ila Allah. Okay? That's the niyyah of leaving. Where? When you're leaving to Mina. That's leaving Mash'ar al-Haram. That's your niyyah. Now, I get to Mina. The first thing I do, go stone shaitan. Good. Now, I get to the Jamarat. I start with the bigger one. Okay? Striking Jamarat al-Aqaba, which is the big shaitan. The big shaitan is the only one to strike what? The 7 pebbles on the 10th of the Hajj, which is the day of Eid for the other people who are not in Hajj. Good. So the first thing you do when you get to Mina, to go and stone shaitan. Okay. Now, when going to Jamarat, hold the pebbles in your hand. You hold the pebbles in your hand. By the way, pebbles, he doesn't have to pick the big ones. Pebble means the small stones. Don't pick a big one. Say, I'm going to break the neck of shaitan. He made me the all haram. Inshallah, tonight, if I don't kill him, he has to kill me. No. All right. Now, those small shaitan is enough to kill that shaitan. Don't worry. All right. And the second reason why you have to pick a smaller one, in case if it falls, it doesn't break somebody mu'min head or mu'min heads there because of your stones. So pick the smaller ones. Okay. So while you have the stones in your right hand, heading to what you call jamarat, he says, "Oh Allah, these are my pebbles. Awla, Ya Allah, هذه حصياتي." So count them in my favor. أحصيها في نفعي يا Allah, and increase them in my act and help me to be like weapons that I find my shaitan all the time. Now you go there, and while you want to stone shaitan, what do? You say Bismillah Allahu Akbar. Okay? Bismillah Allahu Akbar. Keep shaitan away from me. Allahumma ab'id shaitan anni. Bismillah Allahu Akbar. Allahumma ab'id shaitan anni. Okay? Then he says Qurbani. That's the second thing. Now after you stone shaitan, the next thing you do is to do Qurbani. Qurbani means to sacrifice. Now, what can I sacrifice? Anything such as goat, sheep, or cow, or camel. Whatever you can afford within this limit. Okay, depending on what you can afford, you can slaughter that. And then, but you have to do the niyyah. And the niyyah is the person. Now, you can do your own slaughtering. If you go there and you want to slaughter yourself, they'll let you. You go there, they pick whatever you buy, you do the slaughtering. Now, it's recommended if you can do it. If you cannot, some people don't have heart to do it, that's fine. Now, another recommendation is to get from that meat that you sacrificed, if you can. But if you cannot, that's fine, because Quran says, فَكُلُوا مِنْهَا وَأَطْعِمُوا الْبَائِسَ الْفَقِيرَ. See, the meat that you sacrifice for Allah, Allah says, I recommend you to eat out of it. Now, if you can, but if you don't have any means, that's fine as well. So now, then you make the niyyah of Qurbani, sacrifice. Niyyah of Qurbani, the person slaughtering the animal for you can make the niyyah with your name. Now, mostly they give the names of all the Hajjis, and then whenever they slaughter in your name, they call and tell you. That's what they do. So now, you should make the niyyah if you want to do it yourself. You make the niyyah for yourself. And what do you say? I am offering this sacrifice for Hajj al-Tamattu, Hajj al-Islam, wajib qurbatan ila Allah ta'ala. Okay? Now, if you are not the one slaughtering it yourself, be conscious of when slaughtering is occurring. Okay? You have to make sure that you have this in mind, that you're doing on behalf of someone, not yourself. So the niyyah should be on behalf of that person. Now, the next one is called halqa or taksir, shaving. Okay, cutting hair, cutting nails. Okay, that is also one thing you do in Mina. All of this in Mina. And then it says, dua for after shaving of your head. Oh Allah, for every hair, grant me light on the day of judgment. Oh Allah, all the prohibitions except hunting relationship are performed, and perfumed are lifted. Now, when you do the taksir, then all the prohibition except one, hunting, two, relationship, getting married, intercourse, and perfume, all are lifted except these things. Okay? Now, then on the return to Mecca after that, after 2 days, 11th and the 12th of the Hajj, after being in Mina, then you come back to where? To Mina on the 11th of the Hajj, return to Mecca to perform tawaf. Okay? Tawaf of Hajj. Now remember, the first one you did, it's for Umrah. Tawaf for Umrah and what you did. Now you do Tawaf of Hajj. Okay? The same thing we mentioned, 7 times around the Kaaba. The same thing you did for Umrah. That's how you did. But the niyyah will be different. This one, the niyyah will be for Hajj. And then after that, you do also Salat al-Tawaf behind Maqam Ibrahim. And then after that, you do Sa'i between Safa and Marwa. And then after that, you do, after Sa'i, you do Tawafun Nisa. Okay? Tawafun Nisa is very important, because that is what you reunite your bond as a husband and wife. Otherwise, even if you go there alone as a wife or a husband and you don't do it, you come back, your husband is haram on you, unless somebody does it on your behalf or you go back and perform it, then the rule will be lifted. Okay? Then after Tawaf al-Nisa, you have to do Salatul Tawaf al-Nisa also. Okay? Now, knee of Tawaf al-Nisa, I perform Tawaf of the Kaaba in 7 rounds for Tawaf al-Nisa, Hajj al-Tamattu, Hajj al-Islam, Wajib Qurbatan ilallah. That's the knee of the Tawaf al-Nisa. Then the knee of a Salat after Tawaf al-Nisa, I pray 2 rak'ah namaz or Salat, Tawaf al-Nisa, Hajj al-Tamattu for Hajj al-Islam, Wajib Qurbatan ilallahi ta'ala. Right? Then what do you do? Then you can return back to Mina again. Okay? Now, there are 2 ways people do. Some people stay there 11th and 12th, finish, and then come to Mecca and do all the work. Now, some people, they can leave, like the book is saying, you can leave on the 11th Mina to come and do it, and then go back again to Mina if you want to. But this is one way that you can do it. Return to Mina, niyat for every night in Mina. I'm going to spend the 11th, or if the day is on the 12th night in Mina for Hajj al-Tamattu, Hajj al-Islam, Qurbatan ilallah. Then what do? Then you go to stone all the 3 Jamarat. Al-Kubra, the bigger one. Al-Wusta, the medium. And Sugra, the smaller one. You stone all of them. Now, when throwing the pebbles at the 3 places, recite salawat. So what do you say? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And then you say, oh Allah, accept this from me. Allahumma aqbal hadha minni. Oh Allahumma aqbalhu minni. Oh Allah, accept this from me. And then spend the night of 11th and 12th at Mina and network with Muslims for all over the world. One of the things that is recommended is to get to connect with the Muslims across the globe. Get to talk to them, get to know them, get to change phone numbers, get to exchange ideas, get to exchange problems and the solutions that we have as a ummah. What are the problems that people in Kashmir are facing? What are the problems the people of Muslims in Japan are facing? And how do they deal with certain problems in their countries that can help us in other part of the world? This is the networking purpose that Islam has brought us together in Mina. Okay? And it says while you're there, try to make differences by 1, smile at another Muslim and say salam to strangers. Why? Now in America, we say don't say salam to strangers. You don't know them. Yes, but in Hajj, they're all your brothers and sisters. Right? إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ إِخْوَةً. The believers are brothers and they're sisters. So now, there might be differences in language, in color, and culture, and ethnicities, and right? But there's one thing in common. And that is what? Hubbullah yajma'una. The love of Allah unites you. That love for Allah has brought you together despite of all these differences that you have across the globe, right? So that is number 1 to do. Number 2, shake someone's hand and ask about their health. You know, Salaam alaikum, brother. Salaam alaikum, sister. How you doing? If it's a brother, shake your hand if you're a brother. If it's a sister, shake hand, hug each other. All right? That's number 2. Number 3, say, buy tea from one another. Or for someone. No, buy tea for someone. Do some kindness. Another Muslim. Let them feel that, yes, they are brother, they are sister. You're happy to see them. That's what the network is all about. Right? Offer to get someone's groceries. Offer to help for someone. You know, can I get you water? Can I serve you? Can I do this? Especially giving water in Hajj. I have seen the riwayah, Jibreel alayhi salam. He came to Rasulullah, say, Ya Rasulullah, tamannaytu an akuna min bani Adam li sab'in. I wish to be part of a humankind because of 7 things. Now, this hadith is so ajib. It's so ajib. Why is ajib? Because humankind, when somebody is so good, we say, oh, he's an angel. He is great. This is such an angel. That's how we describe people. Good. Jibreel, he said, I wish to be a human being. Why? Because of 7 things people do, I don't do it. And I wish I'm a human being so I can do one of them too. Now you will be surprised. One of them, one of the seven, it says Saqyul ma'i fil Hajj. Going to Hajj and just giving water to Hajjis. Oh, you must say, is that a big deal? But Jabal said, I wish I'm a human being so that I can get the opportunity to do this for Hajjis during the time of Hajj. So when the book is suggesting that, buy tea, do something, because there are so many ahadith encouraging things such to do for mu'mineen while we're in Hajj. Another one says, sit with the Hajj group from another country. Find people. Many of us, we came from United States, right? Find somebody. And I will recommend from the poor countries, right? Look at the poor countries in the world. Sit with them. See what their challenges are. Okay? Talk to them. All right? And find other places too. Such as like a Japan. If you find somebody from Japan, talk to them. If they understand English, if you have some common language together, talk to them. All right? That is also one of the things can be done. Right? And then he says also, carry someone's bag for them. Help someone. Basically, Allah. My dear brothers, I don't know how, and sisters, I don't know how much I can stress. Helping people is a great thing. Wallah. This hadith from Imam Jafar al-Sadiq alayhi afdal salatu wassalam. He said, Inna qada'a hajata mu'min afdalu min hajjatin wa hajjatin wa hajjatin wa hajja. Allahu Akbar. Imam Jafar al-Sadiq said to his companion, he said, taking care of the need of a mu'min or mu'mina, a female or male. Somebody needs something, you take care of them. As a believer, Imam says it's better than the Hajj and the Hajj and the Hajj, 3 times Hajj. Just one taking care of a need of a mu'min. That is how much Quran, Islam into helping others. All right? So when he says here, carry someone's bag for them, shun vain talk. Really, vain talk, before you realize you can lose it. Some people go there, they talk about this. Look at this. Oh my God. Oh my this. Oh my this. Oh, he did this. Oh, you didn't do what happened. This. Before you realize, they take all your time. Vain talk, stay away from it. All right? They say, not only that, gather stones for people. When you go to Jamara Muzdalifah, yes, don't just pick the number of what you need. No, pick extra. Just in case somebody comes there, because possible is some people lose, some people miss it. Right? And they may end up looking for some more, and you can be a help to help them. Say, look, you can have this. All right? Or somebody can lose theirs, leave them in the car, forgot. Right? And you can say, okay, I have extra, please use it. This all good kindness, it can add extra credit to your Hajj. Right? Give major attention to shy people in your group. Sometimes when you travel, there are people who are very shy. They stay back from something, help them, be friend with them, push them a little bit, be their company, all right? Boost them so they can do with you, all right? All of these little things helps in the group. All right. Another one says also phone relatives for Mecca, okay? On the Eid day, you can call. You left the husband home, left the wife home, the brothers, call them, sisters. Assalamu alaikum, Eid Mubarak. How are you doing? We're praying for you. Alhamdulillah, we're doing well. We have done Hajj. Alhamdulillah. I wish you were here. I pray to Allah that next year we're here together to perform this Hajj together. Those who are sick, call them, make dua for them while you're there. It's really important. Especially, they say, Afdalul A'mal, Du'a'ul Mu'minu an Akhih an Dhahril Ghayb. The best thing, the best act is a mu'min to remember his brother without the brother knowing that he or she is remembering them in dua. And you're in that holy place where your dua, chances are, is most likely to be accepted. Remember the sick people you know. Remember people you know. You left them behind. Make dua for them. Call them on the day of Eid. Remember during the heat and unending torment of hellfire. By the way, Saudi is going to be very hot. Now, thus heat and sweat and misery, let it remind you of the hellfire. Just think about it. Comprehend about it. Okay? Give charity to those who sell, mega tins, sandals, eggs. People who are there very poor, masakin. They're lacking so much. You can afford them a few dollars here and there. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Okay. Another thing, forgive people that wrong you. Allah, forgive. Forgive. You're there to ask Allah to forgive you for your sins. Now be the first one to forgive others. Now, before you leave, one of the recommendation is to ask others to forgive you. Whatever you wrong them, verbally, physically, mentally, financially, anything that you know that you've hurt someone one way or another, this is the time to do that. Forgive those who wronged you too. Don't carry that to that holy land. You worry about someone because they were mean, they were disrespectful. No, forgive them. Let it go. Inna Allah ghafurun rahim. And Allah wants us to also learn. As Hadith said, تَخَلَّقُوا بِأَخْلَاقِ اللَّهِ. Learn to materialize the akhlaq of Allah, which is He's forgiven, you be forgiven too. He's kind, you try to be kind too. And the list goes on. Now, let's say talk to 10 different people from 10 different countries. Make a habit. Try to talk to people, from Afghanistan, to Kashmir, to Palestine, Iraq, African countries, South American countries, Middle East, Indonesia, Malaysia, all of these people. Try to find somebody, talk to them. All right. Now, one thing that this is good for, this hadith from Imam alayhi afdalu salatu wassalam, he said, "Akthiru minas asdiqa." Make a good friend, make a lot of good friends. Mu'min, make a lot of good friends. Why? And so because some of them might do shafa'ah for you yawm al-qiyamah. Those friends that you make today, right? Yawm al-qiyamah, somebody, yes, we met in Hajj. Allahu Akbar. What? Come on, let me make shafa'ah for you. It's good to establish that connection, those people. Now, another one, compliment someone sincerely. When you see somebody being striving, compliment them. And that is called Amr bil Ma'ruf. Amr bil Ma'ruf, many times we forget that. We only think Nahy anil Munkar is what we do, right? When somebody's doing something bad, no, why are you doing that? That's haram, stop it, right? That's Nahy anil Munkar. But it goes together. Amr bil Ma'ruf. Encourage them, give them compliment so they can continue to do the good that they're doing, all right? And the last, not the least, focus hard on helping those immediately near you. You go with the group, some of them are disabled, some of them are elderly, some of them are sick, but they try to make it, don't ignore them, be there for them, encourage them, support them, whatever you can to have them do what they're there for. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will remain by you and give you the best as well. So this is just a general, brief about Hajj that inshallah Allah will accept. There are other factors too that are there that is very important to part of it, and that is the ziyarat, which you do both in Mecca and Medina. Okay, in Mecca there are so many places, and I'm sure the group leaders that you're with, they will take you to show you. For example, Jannat al-Mu'alla, it's there for you to see it, where great people were buried. People like Khadija alayhi salam, people like Abu Talib alayhi salam, all of these great individuals, they're there. It's a place that we should go and visit and make dua for them in Mecca. All right. These are not only that, there are many people also who are buried in those places. So when you get a chance, the ziyarah not only in Mecca, there are ziyarat in Medina as well. So try to go those places and visit. But I'm just going to mention some of the places that is very important for you when you get time to make a time to go to those places and do the visit of those maqamat, inshallah, along with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Number one, when you happen to be in Mecca, first ziyarat of Mecca, there's Jannatul Mu'alla. Okay, in Jannatul Mu'alla, we say there is Khadija alayhi salam, where she is buried there, and then Abu Talib is also buried in Jannatul Mu'alla. Abdul Muttalib, also the grandfather of the Prophet is there too. And then Amina bint Wahab also is there. Okay, so all of these are places that we can visit. And then around them, there is also Masjidul Jinn in Mecca. You know, Masjid is there too. It's called Masjidul Jinn. It's good to go there, pray 2 rakah prayers. Now, not only you do ziyarah, the masjid where the Prophet has been, Imam Ali has been there to educate the jinn in that masjid. You go in there praying the place that Imam Ali alayhi salam prayed. Rasulullah prayed in that place. You know, all of this is credit for you. And not only that, that place that you pray in that masjid will be your shahid yawm al-qiyam, will be the witness for you yawm al-qiyam. That, Ya Allah, this person, that person has prayed in me in masjid. Because remember, the Prophet said yawm al-qiyamah, there are 2 things will complain to Allah that mu'mineen didn't do as much. One is the Quran. The 2 is the mosques. So whenever mosque you go and you're able to perform 2 rak'ah, it's a credit for you. So in Mecca, there's Masjid al-Jinn to perform that 2 rak'ah prayer. And then the cave of Thawr, okay, Gar Thawr. It's also a place that mu'mineen can go there and, do the ziyarah. And as you know, Gar Thawr is the place where the Prophet, when he was migrating from Mecca to Medina, when he was being chased, the Prophet hid there for 3 days before he continued his journey to Mecca, to Medina. So that is also a place to go. And then there is Cave of Hira, okay, which is also known as the mountain of Hira, Jabal Nur. That is also there to go visit, where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Jibreel came and met with him and said to him, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. You go there and you see the Prophet used to sit here. Inshallah, an honor really. So that is also some of the things recommended to do. And then Arafat also, okay, it's one of the places one can go and visit. Now another one is called Jabal al-Rahma. Okay, Jabal al-Rahma is recommended for, it's a mountain in the Arafah during the Hajj or Umrah. One may climb to pray 2 rakah there if he can for Hajjat, and Allah accept, Prophet Adam alayhi salam dua on that mountain. And that's why it's called Jabal al-Rahma. After Adam was kicked out of the heaven, he went and he was making dua, and the first mountain he climbed to make the dua is called Jabal al-Rahma. And Allah accepted his dua on that mountain. So that mountain is very important. And then we have Muzdalifah and Mash'ar, as we mentioned, and the Mina, and then Masjid al-Khif in Mina. When you go to Mina, there is a masjid called Khif. That masjid is situated in Mina, and it's highly recommended to pray 6 rak'ah in Masjid al-Khif. 6 rak'ah prayer is recommended in that masjid, and it is great thawab to pray 6 rak'ah salat there. And it said that the Prophet of Allah prayed there. Prophets, not our prophet, many prophets, they pray there in that Masjid al-Khif. So it's recommended to do that while you are in the state of Mecca, inshallah. So that is when you come to Mecca. Now, when you go to Mina, when you go to Medina, also there are many things to do in Mina as well, as part of the ziyarah, which is recommended to do while you're there. One, and the biggest one, is what? Masjid al-Nabawi. Masjid al-Nabi is the best one to go and visit, because that is the second holy place in Islam. When we go, it's highly recommended to do that ziyarah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And not only that, there are many places we can visit in that masjid. Number one is called, the house of the Prophet. Now I know it's not an easy way to go. They don't allow you to do all of that. But the house of the Prophet is there. And then the minbar of the Prophet is there inside the masjid. Okay. And then there is a place called Rawda. Between the house of the Prophet and the minbar is called Rawda. And the Prophet says that place is considered Jannah. Ma bayna minbari wa bayti rawdatun min riyad al-Jannah. Now, alhamdulillah, they made it a little easier. That what you can do, they have an app. It's called Nusuk. Okay, you go there before you get to Hajj, to Umrah, to Medina, you apply and they'll give you the date and the time you can come. And then when you go, you can pray as much as you can within your time. And this wasn't like before where people push each other, fight each other to make a place for the one to pray. All right. But now, alhamdulillah, it's made very, very easy. So that's number one place to pray, to visit. Another one is Al-Baqiyah, okay, which is the house of the Prophet, what you call the grave, where many Salihin were buried. The wives of the Prophet are buried there. The children of the prophets are buried there, you know, and great companions. Imam al-Hassan is buried there. You know, Imam al-Hassan is buried there. And then Imam Zayn al-Abidin is buried there. Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq is buried there. All right. Now, 4 of our Imams are buried there. What a great ziyarah. Now, they might not allow women to get in there, but you can stand as far as you can and do your ziyarah to those Imams there. Now, for men, when you go there, you do a ziyarah as close as you can. They don't allow you to stay there for long. They tell you, yalla, yalla, but do whatever you can. Visit those Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam while you're there. Now, in Medina, there is other places like Masjid Al-Qiblatain, where the Prophet was praying and then the Qibla was changed from Masjid Al-Aqsa to Masjid Al-Haram. That is also a very important place to go and pray in that masjid where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam prayed. And then also there is what we call, you know, where the Battle of Badr took place. It is a little bit outside Medina, probably maybe like an hour and a half drive from Medina. But it's worth to go there and see the shuhada who are buried there. These are the people who are first giving their life to save Islam, that we are proud of it today. If not because of this awwalun who gave their life, we might not be Muslims today. It's good to go visit them, say Fatiha for them. If you can, if the time permit. If not, just say ziyarah for them. Assalamu alaikum. Ayyuha shuhada Badr. Jazakumullahu anna khayra. Wa razakakumullah Jannat al-A'la. Make dua for them, you know, for their sacrifice. So that is, and then you can go to also the Battle of Uhud. Okay, it's very good. That is not far within the Medina. And you go there, you see where Hamza alayhi salam is buried. It's good to go there, read dua for him. And also the other shuhada. And you see the mountain where the Prophet told the Muslims not to come down, whether they lose or win. The history is filled with that, you know. That is also another place to go, and other many places, inshallah. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept all your prayers and accept all your du'as while you're there in every step that you take. And please, please feel free while you're there. If you have any question, my number is toll free. Please text, message, call, whatever I can do to be helpful, I will do that for you while you're there. And please, please remember us also in your dua. تقبل الله أعمالكم إن شاء الله حجا مقبولا وسعيا مشكورا وحجا إن شاء الله مقبول والحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآل محمد اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. I believe there is a question here. Okay. Now, if there is any question, I will take few questions here. Just chatting. No, I don't think so. Okay. Now, if anybody has a question, please feel free. Inshallah. If not, if anything comes up before you leave, please feel free. If you have any question, anything, I'm always at your service. Inshallah. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Okay, my contact number is 703-608-6427. My number again, 703-608. Let me see if I can type it. Let me see. 608-6427. Let me see. 703-608-6427. 427. Yes. So I'm just gonna put it into the chat. So anybody who wants to reach out, inshallah, they can. Yes. Any other question? All right. It looks like no question. Oh, my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you. Inshallah. Inshallah. Make dua. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a long life. I would love to go to Hajj with our dear, mu'mineen and mu'minat, where we can perform these rituals together. Definitely, definitely. Inshallah. I just wanted to remind myself and remind all of you, my dear brothers and sisters, while you're going, especially when you get to Medina or Mecca, you're going to go visit Bibi Khadija alayhi salam, Abu Talib, Abdul Muttalib in Jannat al-Mu'alla. Just do something for them, please. These are people who have done so much for us. Abu Talib, Khadija, do 2 rakah prayer, in Masjid al-Haram, Hadiyya li Abi Talib, Hadiyya li Abdul Muttalib, Hadiyya for Khadija alayhi salam, or send salawat, 1,000 salawat, and the reward of it goes to Abdul Muttalib, something like that, or read Surah Yasin as a gift to them, really, because we are really indebted to them for whatever they have done for us. Now, more so when you get to Medina, for Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, as you get there, you say, I'm here to visit you, ya Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq, Imam al-Hasan, Imam Zain al-Abidin, Imam Muhammad al-Baqir, I visit you. But normally you don't visit people with empty-handed. Take something with you for them, right? Now, one thing I recommend, before or once you leave home, make a niyyah 14,000 salawat for 14 masumin. Every imam, 1,000 salawat. Now, if it's too much, let's say, 100 for each one of them. All right? 100 for Imam Ali, and 100 salawat thawab for Fatima, 100 salawat thawab for Imam al-Hasan, Imam al-Hussein. Say, this is my gift for you. But for Bibi Khadija, Fatima alayhi salam, I recommend you to do what she said she want Imam Ali to do for her. And what is it? He said, read me Surah Yasin and Surah Safat. That's what she asked specifically. So when you go to Medina, in Masjid al-Nabi, Surah Yasin, Surah Safat, Ya Fatima, this is my hadiyah to you. This means a lot to Zahra alayhi salam. And I guarantee you, you watch what she's going to do back to you. What she's going to give back. Because Ahlul Bayt, they're so generous. When you be kind, they'll be kinder. When you're generous, they're more generous to you. And you will be shocked how Ahlul Bayt will pay you back. All right? Rasulullah, if you can, the duration of your Hajj, say, I'm going to read the entire Quran, khatim, and the thawab to Rasulullah. Or to Ahlul Bayt and the Prophet all together. MashaAllah. These are things that we can take with us. Say, this is my gift to Rasulullah. Or you do 2 rakah in Masjid al-Nabawi. Ya Rasulullah, hadiyah from me. Salat al-Muhammadi, salat with the full intention from the heart. It makes a big difference. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept, inshallah. This is my humble suggestion for you as you go there to do for your imams and to do for your prophet as well, so that you can put some smile and happiness in their heart for remembering them in such a beautiful way, inshallah. My pleasure. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all very much. Please, I'm available before you leave. You need any help in any way, any books. There's a brother, Zafar Azam. he told me that he wanted to give book to all those Hajis who are leaving. It's a short book. It's called Adabul Haramain. You know, it has English and Arabic. Adabul Haramain, what to do, what to read. Like we're talking about doing the tawaf, the dua that is recommended. He has it in the books. And that books we want to give free. You know, and he said that is my gift to the Hajis. So please let me know when you can stop at Idara, and I will hand them to you before you leave. I think it's good to have them. It's called Adabul Haramain, very small books, and it has, you know, things that is recommended to do in the ziyarah, in the Masjid al-Haram, in Masjid al-Nabawi, during every step of your ziyarah is good. So please let me know, and inshallah we take care of that for you, inshallah. Thank you very much. I know I've talked too much, taken much of your time. May Allah bless you. Thank you so much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.